So I want to thank all the birthday freebies that I've gotten. You know what I'm saying? They have really been a blessing to me and my child, because even though it was my birthday month, whatever I get free, I'm going to share with my child. That's just how I am. And especially because we're barely eating. That's why I've lost so much weight. Um, I finally found the food pantry. But by the time I was able, because I didn't know how theirs was ran, and I do appreciate their efforts, but I didn't know how it was ran, because usually you can go through a food pantry and you don't have to wait a lot of hours before you go through the line, and you can just pull up in the line and they'll load you up. But this particular one that I went to, you had to wait hours before you can go through and get the food, and then I still had to try to make my daily rate. So I felt like the food was out too long, and I don't really play about my stomach, or even if I fix food in the position that I am. I have been here for 5 months, and I promise you, just because of who I am, I try to have peace where I'm at. I've passed out free cookie samples. I sell cookies. I actually became pretty big in Vicksburg for it. This area is a lot much bigger, but because I was new to the area, I would go in different businesses and pass out samples off the little bit of money I had left after paying this, because I'm trying to get it out there. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to make money off of these cookies. So I feel like you need to sample it to see if it's a good product. That's what I used to do in Vicksburg. Like, I would pass out samples. I had to shrink my samples here because clearly I didn't have enough money after paying other things, my regular bills on top of this hotel fee and this and that, to continue passing out big samples. My big samples was like, my cookies was huge. So I had to downsize. So my samples are probably like, a decent sample, but enough for you to get the taste of the cookie. So every time I get a little something, I'm still always giving, even when I don't have much. And that's something that's just how I am. And plus, I'm trying to build, get customers. So, if you taste a good product, you'll buy it. So far, I've sold, I did a cheesecake for someone. They wanted a whole cheesecake. So that was a blessing. Like I said, I'm still new here, and they loved it. Um, so, I would still give out samples of things because, that's just how I am. Even when I went to the food pantry, I still would give other people stuff because, hey, I can't eat it all. The stuff before, I felt that, like stuff that I know that wasn't, wouldn't go bad.